Good day, everyone. It's just timely and relevant to share this study involving our lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender students in the basic education. It is because the school environment is often perceived as hostile by sexual minority youth, where our lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender students who experience high rates of bullying and any forms of discrimination, yet are often underserved by school authorities. Furthermore, in educational institutions, LGBT students are subject to discrimination, bullying, and abuse under the guise of academic freedom, which allows educational institutions to create their own policies. And this is the reason why I conducted a study on demystifying LGBT students' discriminatory experiences and self-efficacy, a convergent parallel analysis. I'm Dr. Emil Arcobello of Davao City National High School, Division of Davao City. The very objective of this study was to investigate the sexual orientation and gender identity of our LGBT students when it comes to related discriminatory experiences and their self-efficacy. And this is why some of the challenges that I would like to demystify in my study are the significant difference in LGBT students' discriminatory experiences when grouped according to profile. Also, the challenges of LGBT students in advancing their gender orientation and sexual identity, and the insights of LGBT students towards advancing their sexual orientation and gender identity for social acceptance. And since this study is a mixed method using the convergent parallel analysis, the quantitative data collection and the qualitative data collection analysis at the same time interpretation were conducted independently. However, during the data integration, the significant findings of the quantitative and the significant findings of the qualitative were being integrated. And here comes now some of the significant findings in this study. In Table 1, the LGBT students' discriminatory experiences, it demystifies that the LGBT students in particular, got a high verbal discriminatory experience, where most of them, during their growing up with being made fun of and called names because of their sexual orientation and gender identity. Also, another demystification on behavioral discrimination, the LGBT students got a high discriminatory experience because they're thinking of moving away from the family because of being LGBT. In Table 2, self-efficacy of LGBT students, it demystifies that the LGBT students are at average level when it comes to self-awareness, particularly in identifying their own feelings about sexual orientation and how it may influence others. Another is when it comes to advocacy skills, the LGBT students got a very low advocacy skills in terms of explaining affirmative social services to LGBT in cases of encouragement, or it could also be discouragement from their families of origin. In Table 3, the significance on LGBT students' discriminatory experiences by profile, it demystifies that the gender, and particularly involving the gay students, that their gender has significance in terms of discriminatory experiences that they experience. And these are some qualitative findings through the essential themes. And mostly our LGBT students have been exposed to prejudices and sexism. They are also susceptible to humiliation and exploitation, and they need more strengthening or understanding and respect. And also they're looking forward for some information and education. And during the data integration, it's obvious that there is a high presence of character assassination and immorality. And because of those significant findings, as a researcher, I would like to emphasize this intervention program for the LGBT students towards social acceptance and equality, which would rationalize that our LGBT students will still work collaboratively with the school community in improving also their ethical, their moral, and social understanding towards personal and professional development. The first intervention here is the face talk, fairness, acceptance, and communication encouragement, which directly would strengthen the LGBT students' relationship with their respective families. And the second intervention activity here is each program: train, empower, attract, and create and hone. This would directly engage our LGBT students in community services to ensure participatory involvement and productivity. I hope that would be all. Thank you so much. This is my presentation. I'm Dr. Ramil Arcobello of Davao City National High School, Division of Davao City. Good day, everyone.